Welcome back to Gunsmith Part 14. Today we are doing the HK416. This one is a little bit fiddly because you can't buy it from the traders straight away. So we're going to get into it and I'll show you how to make this one work. So we're going to go to the flea market. We're going to look up the HK416. I'll show you where you can buy it. I actually can't get it yet because I'm not quite there in terms of progression. So let's load this thing up. So you basically can get it from Mechanic 4 or Peacekeeper 3 once you've done Wet Job Part 3, neither of which I have done at the moment. So I think the easiest way is probably just to get one of these lowers that people are selling on the flea market and build it up from scratch because we have to change quite a lot about it. So I bought one of these already and here's the finished one here, but I'm going to build it up on this base because otherwise it's kind of difficult to show you. So we're going to edit the preset just on this literal lower part here and we're going to add the upper receiver. There's only one bit that you can add on. And then the important parts are the barrel. This thing needs to be the 11-inch barrel here. And this one is very weight sensitive, which is why it needs to be so short and so light. So we're going to put the 11-inch barrel on, and then the same with the handguard. The only one that works here is the Midwest 9-inch because it is so light compared to the others. You can see here that it's super light. I'm going to stick those on. Then the pistol grip, this is a required part. We need the MOE AR-15 mag pull, this guy here. It's called MOE AR-15 on the mouse over, so use that. Then on the stock, we're going to use the UBR Gen 2. This is one in tan. And then for the charging handle, this one, we can use anything with +1, either the MASP or the extended latch. We may as well just go for the MASP because it's very slightly lighter. Then we go for the gas block, just put that on. And then we need to add some other required parts too. We've got the M-LOK 4.1-inch rail, which we stick on. And down here, we're going to add the RVG in FDE. Then for the muzzle, rather than going for the SF3P, because we need to add the RC2, we have a choice of 3 different muzzle brakes. This time, we're going to use the War Comp. The reason for this is this gives you one more ergonomics than going for the SF3P, and recoil isn't a problem for this build, and so this just makes it very slightly easier. Next, on the other side of the gun, we're going to add a cantilever mount, one of these things, the M-LOK cantilever mounts, because these give +1 ergo. Don't use these other mounts because they won't give you an ergo point, only this one will. And on top of that, we're going to add the required part here, the LA 5B PEQ. You can see I've got this wish listed because it's a Gunsmith part. This used to be locked by Mechanic 4 and used to be really expensive, but now it's pretty cheap. People just buy them from him and sell them off, so you're paying 10k more than the trader. It's really not a big deal. After this, we need to put on the sight. The one that you're looking for, and there's a lot of sights these days, is this one, the EXPS3 in tan. All of the stuff needs to be in tan or it won't work. And then we just need to tinker with a few last little bits. So we're going to put in the Stalag mag. Don't use the HK steel because as you can see, it's super heavy in comparison. It's like another 200 grams or something, which will cause this build to probably not work. Just be careful when you're buying these things because if they've got any bullets in them, or if you started with the HK build, if there's a bullet in the gun, or if there's bullets in the mag, then it may well not work. Also pay attention to the durability. This one is extra sensitive. It needs to be above 80, so make sure you repair your weapons and it's not some scuffed one from the rogues that won't go above 80 dura. Now we need 2 more ergo, so we're going to add the Chris Defiance front sight and we're going to add the Chris Defiance rear sight. And that should get us to 60, and we're well within the vertical recoil. So we're going to select my weapon. I can actually select it over onto the one that I built here. I'm going to assemble it. And the reason for this is rather than using the MASP, I did this from a regular HK. So I actually used the extended latch, but it doesn't really matter which one you use. It's exactly the same. So you see, now I can't build it. Either of these charging handles will work. So I can't build it because it's exactly the same as the one that I've got in the stash. So we're going to go and hand this one in, and we're going to get onto the next Gunsmith task, Gunsmith Part 15.